All right, 2013, we're done with that. It's old news. 2014, it's just beginning. There's a lot of potential. There's a lot of exciting things that can happen. It can also go terribly wrong. So here's a list of our hopes for what this year will be, and anyone who can help make that happen, please pay attention. This Red 3 Games preview is brought to you by Netflix.
After 2013, I must say I am eager to forget focusing on things like granular console specs, and I'm ready to hop back into games. Obviously, with the new console releases this year, we didn't get a ton of new launch titles or anything like that, but I think 2014 is really going to be the year where we start to see a lot of new interesting games that actually take advantage of the technology in these new consoles. And with that, hopefully, comes more new IPs, you know, like we've seen Assassin's Creed games, Call of Duty games. Those are the types of things that sort of regenerate every year, but I think, again, with the new console generation, that's going to open it up for a lot of interesting new things. Also, Fallout 4. If we don't hear that, I may quit games forever.
I really hope that publishers don't crack down on PS4 and Xbox One's built-in streaming and capture capabilities. There's going to be crazy stuff that happens already. We've seen insane things happen with like Playroom streaming on Twitch. There's going to be some weird stuff, and there's going to be a lot of kind of bugs and glitches that don't make games look super good. But I hope publishers and developers are smart enough to not fully lock that stuff down. Also, I really hope that PC multi-platform games don't see a regression like they did at the start of the last generation. We're all on similar architecture now, so there's not a ton of excuses, but I hope that we don't see that in 2014. Oh, and I hope that we can be adults about the goddamn console war, all right? You like this system, you have that system, who cares? Let's all just be happy with what we have. There are great games. Let's focus on that.
I got two for you. The first one is all about the Oculus Rift. The first time I put on the Oculus Rift, and I was lucky enough to try the Oculus Rift HD at the last E3, I felt like I was touching the future of video gaming. I really hope 2014, the Oculus Rift makes a big splash, and we get some incredibly innovative, interesting, true virtual reality experiences from that device. I hope that it becomes a true consumer product this year, and that I can go out and buy one and it looks and feels and sounds great, that they conquer the nausea issue, and we're all gaming with virtual reality headsets, and I'm one step closer to Ready Player One.
My hope for 2014 is that the launch of new consoles will also bring with it the launch of new ideas. Obviously, the last console generation is the longest one that ever happened, and you could definitely see that with sort of the paucity of good ideas that were coming out in games. I mean, I have very few AAA games on my list, and those really are the only ones that felt like they were still pushing a boundary one way or another. There's always that sense of reset that comes with brand new consoles, and if we see games that are just better looking versions of what we had in the past, I don't think it's just bad for you and me that like to play them. It's very bad for the industry, and they could be losing the attention of the most important people, and those are the gamers that play multiple games a year.
2014, I'm hoping that game releases are actually spread out throughout the year. You know, we have all of these games come out in the fall, and then games that miss their fall window come out in the first couple of months of the spring. I want to see more stuff like, more great games like The Last of Us, which came out in the summer. I want to see more awesome games coming out in the summer, so we don't go through this drought in the summer and then drought in the spring months leading to the summer. I hate that. I hate that season.
More positivity all around. I'm really tired of all the anger from critics and fans. It just seems really old hat at this point to be so cynical about a game or a company or motives, whatever. The negativity from men, women, teens, adults, everybody is just really exhausting, and I genuinely hope we can just enjoy the fact that now's probably the greatest time ever for a gamer to be alive, no matter how much or how little you play games. At this point in history, most of us are gamers. Just like most of us are geeks about something we love, whether it's sports, puzzles, cars, or whatever else you're into, and that's something to be pretty excited about.
In 2014, I hope we really start to see the beginning of like real next-gen games. Right now, all the Xbox One and PS4 games are obviously that first wave of just prettier 360 and PS3 games, and I'm really excited to see what the first actual batch of real next-gen games that feel new are, whatever that even means. I also hope that free-to-play games don't completely destroy everything.
So when I look forward to the next generation, what I hope we see more of is a bit more of that Dark Souls mentality where there's a little bit more room for experimentation and exploration, where, you know, there's less tutorials and we don't know what's coming next, where you can run into enemies that are a little bit too strong and there's a little bit more punishing gameplay as you go. I think that's what I'd like to see. And I think because Dark Souls came out a few years back, we're starting to see the first games that are, well, the first indie games that are inspired by that sort of game design coming out now, and those will continue to come out for the next few years, but I really hope we start to see more big budget AAA games that are inspired by that sort of core game design coming out in the next few years.
My other big hope for gaming in 2014 is that now that we have these truly digital platforms in our living room, I want Steam-like variable pricing. That way I can play more games in 2014. And really, isn't that the goal?
All right, that's what we thought of in that moment. There's probably even a lot more. I imagine there are things you guys want out of 2014. Please let us know what they are in the comments below. And with that, let's take a moment and thank our sponsor, Netflix. Cutting the cord is a great resolution for the new year, and there's no way to make that easier than signing up for Netflix. Netflix lets you stream your favorite movies and TV shows straight into your home, saving you time, money, and the hassle of dealing with a cable bill. All you need is an internet connection and a Netflix-enabled device like a computer, smartphone, or current-gen video game console. Best of all, you can get a free trial membership and support Rev3 Games by signing up at netflix.com/Rev3Games.